yourself first.
Yes, I am the co-chair for the senior forum for this term and the next term. And we just heard great news that Professor Lee is going to help us also. So that's great. My name is Esther Yang. I've been with the KSCA for many years, at least 20 some years. And I first met Professor Lee through KSCA Young Generation activities. During that time, YG chapters were not as active as we are today, and he was so passionate about helping to establish the YG chapters at different universities, and that's when the headquarter was doing a lot of work with him to support the Young Generation forums. Anyway, I think there are a number of new people joining in today, so it would be very appropriate for the Dr. Songwon Kang, who is the chair of this term, to introduce the Senior Forum's mission and brief history, if you will, before we begin the seminar.
This is Songwon Kang. I'm connected from New York State, New York City, actually about 1 hour north of New York City. Actually, Esther Yang is also right now in the Manhattan, I guess.
Yes.
Right. So welcome everyone. This is our third year program, KSA Senior Forums. And I think you already saw in the poster, we have maybe 3 keywords. First keyword is connect, okay? Connect through this online forum. And then second keyword is learn each other. And then third keyword is share whatever your experience you have. So those keyword is the goal of this senior forum. And I think we've been doing very well, as I'll explain later in Q&A session. You know, there are already like several speakers lined up until next, the January. So this is doing very well. And today we have very interesting talk. So I won't, spend more time. We'll discuss more challenges of this program, how we can to make it more interesting, forum in the Q&A session. Okay, Dr. Yang, you can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So Professor Hosin Lee, or David Lee, does not require much introduction. He's very well known within the KSCA community, so all members already know him. But for those who are not so familiar, he served as the president of KSCA quite some time ago. But as I said before, he spent a lot, he was very passionate about growing the young generation members, next generation members. And so his contribution in that way, and many young followers for him. In fact, I personally got to know him through the young generation activities. You saw his brief CV on the poster already, but he's currently a professor at the University of Iowa, Department of Civil Engineering and Environmental Engineering. Also serves as the director of lab for advanced construction technology. Internationally, he's the early adopter of AI technology to solve the infrastructure solutions. And so he's well known internationally, and also as such that he has received recognition from many of the organizations, professional organizations in Korea, as well as outside Korea. And he served as president of multiple professional organizations as well. So just let it be this brief introduction. Today's topic is interesting in that sense that he's really combining his engineering excellence with fun activities. And so, really, the most desirable lifestyle he has. And so, his storytelling will be an interesting one. So, without further ado, let me introduce, let's welcome Professor Lee.
Okay, so before we start, should we take a picture of the screen, and can everybody show your face instead of name? So Esther Young can take a picture. So I like to have a record, you know. Oh, Haesong Park has a very nice background. Impressive.
Many people don't have their faces yet, still.
We'll wait for some of you. Show your face. I can see the Drew, Brian. Thanks for joining us. 이종률, 재혜윤, 지혜진, never introduce yourself. Okay. 김종철.
So he's taking attendance as a professor. Yeah.
옥권 김. Welcome, 옥권. Show your face.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi, 옥권.
Hi.
Thanks. It's nice to see all of you. Many I already know. And I appreciate your attending my senior forum presentation. I hope my goal is to make the interesting. Say my life has been trying to make other people happy by being funny. So some of my students appreciate that, especially ones who took my aesthetics class. And so everybody show your face so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30. We need to beat the record of 50. We are short of
Right now you have 24.
24. We are short of 25.
That including me and my wife.
Wow. So we have I actually beat the record of fundraising at KSEA, but not at the seminar.
All right, we'll see. There'll be more
Fundraising
people
is
coming.
easier sometimes than having people to listen to you. Okay, so Esther Young, can you capture? You know how to take a picture, like capture image?
Oh.
So that we have a record.
It's done.
Done?
Yep.
Okay, it's already done. We can leave your face shown. It's good to see your beautiful face. So there is no point of I don't think it will affect any like data transmission, right? Having face is okay, right? It doesn't negative.
You just share the screen then.
Okay, all right, and so I'm going to share my PowerPoint, and oops, should be
Yeah, there.
should be seeing this way.
Yeah.
All right, do you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Again, my goal is to make it interesting to you, and I know nobody went to the Greenland before, so my talk will focus on Greenland and my experience. And I think Senior Forum is, in my opinion, sharing the best thing or most interesting as a senior. I'm 67 years old, so I consider myself a senior, and what is the most interesting thing I have done? So I like to share with the junior people that what you will be seeing in the future, right? So it's not just for the senior members, but junior and everyone. Hopefully learn, get some interesting things out of my presentation. Also, if you don't find my presentation very funny, then you hang in there and wait. Usually funny stuff comes at the end. Okay. Living in Denmark. I just changed the living in Denmark, Greenland, and Iceland. And the Greenland, Iceland is visiting, but living in Denmark, I lived like almost close to 7 to 8 months, quite a long time, three different locations. So Denmark is almost like my third home country, Korea, United States, and Denmark. So I love Denmark, and I like all Danes. I still communicate with them. Okay, so I'm at the University of Iowa, and this is KSA Forum. So my life on Earth, and like I said, I born in 1958. Many famous people was born, and including not including myself, but these are the places I moved around in the United States, living in different places. And then I want to talk about 2000, I started going to Denmark. And then 2008, I went to Greenland. Then Korea, of course, I've been going back and forth 20 years on various occasions. Like I said, I will talk about the playing tennis in Denmark. And unfortunately, I didn't have any pictures. I downloaded this picture from the website, Lyngby Tennis Club. Lyngby is a city of near Copenhagen, where the Technical University of Denmark located. And I was looking for a place to play tennis. But if you've been to Denmark or many European countries, there is no public tennis court. And I see many parks, but they don't build a tennis court. So it was not possible to get the free court in the park. So I went to the private club, and it's very expensive, like a fee of $3,000 per year or something like that. And then you have a limited time you play. So I joined the one tennis club, the senior members playing. At the time, I wasn't as a senior. So I was very welcomed by senior people because I was able to play better than them, most of them. But soon I found out that my elbow hurts.
Oh.
So why is that? And why is that so heavy? I found out that the ball was rubber inside. There's no air. It's totally rubber inside, so they can play many, many times, like 50 times they can play, 50 different times. So they never lose air. It's still being sold in the United States, but nobody play with that. But practice ball, sometimes people do. So I found this picture from the website. It's a rubber ball tennis. So I felt very sad because of Denmark is like happiest country in the world, but then there's no tennis courts, free tennis court, and people are playing with this rubber ball. Then why don't they play with a ball with air? So I checked it out. I went to the store. It's very famous Sport Master in Denmark, Copenhagen. And I think Tilbert means anybody speaks Danish is like probably for sale. And Wilson and two rower, that means two can is 150 kroner. At that time, it was about 4.7 kroner, is 5 kroner roughly. So it's a 2 for 200 kroner. That means 1 for 100 kroner, and then 1 for $20. So at the time in the United States, it was $2.
Oh.
So I wanted to prove that was like ridiculous. And I took a picture of the can. You can see the 100 kroner. And some of them you can find 80 kroner, 70 kroner, but that's all $15, $20.
So very high tariff already imposed.
Yeah, so you play one, it's high tariff, could be. And you play once and $20. Imagine you have to pay $20 for a can, which you play only once. That's why they don't have it. So I went back to America, and then I brought about 30 cans of tennis. I gave one to each person, and they were really happy about it. So that's my story about the tennis. And having this, we have a luxury of having like $2 can, or now I see the $3, but still very inexpensive tennis balls. Second, Denmark is country of a biking. It's the best place. Some people say Netherlands is better, but Netherlands is too crowded. And I like a Denmark is the best place to ride a bike. So one example is from Lyngby. You see the Lyngby marked here, Lyngby Tennis Club, right? In the picture. And
Right.
then took a boat and ride a bike all the way to the top of the this island is Helsing, we call Helsing Gore. And then took the ferry and go over Helsingborg. So we all went by bike. But then whole boat, my wife and I were the only ones without riding a bike. Everybody ride a car. And so it was kind of interesting. And I parked my bike next to all the cars they usually park in the boat. So we crossed that and come back in one day. So it's a great trip. And you see the picture I found from Kronborg Castle in Helsingborg, Denmark, and crossed that 4 miles and Helsingborg, Sweden. So we were able to take the bicycle with us to Sweden. So this is something you should try if you go to Denmark. Then I found that because I'm a transportation engineer and civil engineer, I'm interested in like things like a road, and I saw very wide bike lanes. You can see that, you know, sometimes a bike lane is as wide as a car lanes. And also this is a very wide bike lanes and very nice trees and great place to ride a bike around, and whole country I actually rode a bike. And it's very safe because by crossing well marked and the color and everything, even roundabout has a bike lane. So I don't think we have a bike lane on the roundabout in the United States yet, but they create a roundabout, bike lane roundabout. So then I found a picture riding bike in Frederiksborg Castle. This castle is very famous because it's built in the middle of the lake. So it's a very beautiful castle. And also I rode a bike on July 4th, Independence Day in Denmark. And at the time it was like a police escorted us, and it's like no cars, and we can ride a bike on July 4th all the way to the ambassador's, American ambassador's house. It was like maybe on a 30-minute or 1 hour ride, but then it was very beautiful because no car, because police was kept the cars with a police escort, so they stopped the traffic. And at the time I took a picture with the Ambassador James Kane. Anybody remember this James Kane? And he was ambassador in 2008 when I was there. Then third item is traffic calming device. We don't see as many, but this one is slow down. Try to make the car slow down. But my point here, sometimes it's very dangerous at night. You see that. This is what you see.
Wow.
So sometimes we're trying to overdo it and try to reduce 2 lanes into 1, and then people don't know what it is. And then sometimes they put the polar like that, pollard, and to make the 2 lanes into 1 lane. So everybody have to stop. I don't know, we have something in the United States like this. And sometimes they have different design, and even have like a bump. They create a hump, and then the polar around so that people, 2 cars, only 1 car can go through.
Could be dangerous.
It is very dangerous. If you don't know the area, then you could hit the polar very easily.
Right.
So purpose is good, but then sometimes like people don't get used to it. So they create something like this too. So they create a small garden so to narrow into 1 lane passing. So people have to wait and for the other side passing. It's very scenic. So I took all these pictures myself. And this is a more interesting one is a zigzag. They put it in the one side and the other side. You can see the car has to go zigzag around this a calming device. It's called traffic calming.
Boy.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very different.
Yeah, but it's culture, you know, they're used to. But its ultimate traffic calming device is put the trees in the middle of the road. And then they are very good. They care about the bicycles, so they create a bicycle lanes like this, and then the no cars. And so that was the ultimate traffic calming device. So that's number 3 topic. And number 4, Where is this picture taken?
4 hours, Paris.
Greenland?
Yep, Greenland. You guessed. Greenland is only 3 hours and 15 minutes from the North Pole. Copenhagen is 4 hours and 15 minutes. But surprisingly, it's very closer from New York, only 4 hours. So to the Greenland and New York is 4 hours. It's not particularly Greenland. It's called Kangerlussuaq is airport. And that's a main airport. And 4 hours from New York and 4 and 15 minutes from Copenhagen. So United States is very close to Greenland. Now we hear a lot about the Greenland, right? So
Well,
actually we are very close, but we have no airplane service. Only plane service is from Copenhagen to Greenland, and very expensive. I remember I'm paying something around $2,000 for round trip or something like that from Copenhagen. So it's a very, very expensive to fly there. So if you look at, I just got this map, and I went to the city called Sisimiut. It's easy to pronounce, Sisimiut. And look at how close it is from like Canada, Newfoundland, and even the Maine, and Denmark is even further away. So I think we need some airplane service there, Greenland. You see like 80% or 90% covered by the snow. So people only live on the edge. And there's no road because it's a fjord. Fjord structure here, like geography. So you cannot build a road. You almost have to build a bridge across the fjord. So people fly everywhere. So people living kind of isolated in the edge of the island. That's why people eat the seal, because they don't have any meat.
Where is Newfoundland?
This is NL is a Newfoundland.
Okay,
This is Newfoundland, and this is Quebec.
right. Okay.
Even Quebec here is closer. Very close. So I want to show you, before I start, I want to show you one video. I hope it works, but let me see. I have to bring this screen up here. You don't see the video, right?
In the Arctic, you are faced with a harsh environment and a very sparse infrastructure.
Do you see that?
People living in the Arctic or
Yeah,
working
we
in
see
the
it.
Arctic
Okay.
has to provide.
So this is the Arctic Center video I found.
Technical University of
Uh,
Denmark have a long.
She's a
history
different
of presence
director
in the
from
Arctic.
when I was there,
Try
but
to
the
bring together.
program I came with, I will show you not the whole thing.
So this happens with the ice sheet.
Focus on.
I was like with this
3
program.
semesters are in Greenland, where the students focus on field work. We also have a master's
Cornell.
education called
I actually
Green
work with her.
Engineering and called climate engineering. The students are spending at least 1 semester in Greenland. We also have project families. Here students work on an individual basis on their projects, but around a common topic. They get the chance to discuss with each other, so they develop more and get better results. The work.
So actually, she's an associate professor at the time, and I work at the same project. She helped me, and it was kind of nice to see her still working there. But if you visit, you listen to their speaking, and almost all Danes speak same accent. Of course, like every country has accents, but it's amazingly similar, and everybody speaks like her.
so what's the population in Greenland?
About 60,000 people,
Wow, small.
not too many people.
Yeah.
And then Sisimiut, I went, is a 6,000. So 10% of people living in Sisimiut. And there was a bigger capital is someplace else. I can't remember the name, but there's a capital. Our students are very good in looking up the ChatGPT. What is the capital of the Greenland?
I think it's Nuuk.
Nuuk. Yep. Very quick. So whenever I ask question in class, they answer before I tell them. So that's like very nice. I kind of like ChatGPT myself. Nuuk is the capital, and Sisimiut is the second biggest city with 6,000 people. Total island is 60,000. You see the Iceland and Denmark here and everything.
So Greenland is governed by Denmark.
No,
No?
Greenland is an independent country.
Independent?
Yeah, it's not part of the Denmark anymore, but Greenland received money from the Denmark. So they all have a separate governance, Greenland. And but I don't think it's registered as a country yet. But the biggest pain is Denmark puts billions of dollars to support the Greenland because Greenland people cannot self-sufficiently living. So Denmark actually wanted to get rid of it.
So
Once.
Trump can buy it?
Does Trump,
I
have
mean,
a chance?
Trump can receive it free
Receive it free?
because Denmark don't want to support. Don't quote me on that, but Denmark supports a humongous amount of money for the Greenland people. So it's a drain of the money
I see.
for Denmark point of view. But then biggest asset is like a gasoline and oils they found underground. So that's the only potential. But so Greenland also wants to be independent, become independent. So they were very close to separating, but I don't think now they got Denmark like Greenland more because of Trump was interested, I think. Before then, they were not interested. People were not whole lot interested in Greenland. Danish people.
So it's Greenland as of today. It's not country. It's not
I don't
nation.
think it's a separate country, but governance is independent.
I see.
And then anyway, they lots of money drained there. So one of the reasons I went there. So this I took the Air Greenland, and this is the plane that I took. I went some more time, so it wasn't hot. But then I had from Korea, and his name is Mr. Pyun, brought this polymer, SBS polymer, all the way to Greenland to add into the asphalt to build a polymerized asphalt. So he's very happy about that, and shipped Kumo SBS polymer to Greenland, not SSSBS, but SBS. So this is Mr. Pyun and Dr. Chun, and I actually got lots of, he wrote a trip report, so he gave it to me a long time ago. So I just using his information. He had to publish it someplace, like newsletter in Korea. So he said one day suddenly Professor Lee called him and from Denmark, and he wants to go. He thought it's a Denmark is Santa Claus there and stuff. Then, as usual, he trusted Professor Lee, and he came to Greenland, and he didn't expect that the challenges, like extreme challenges that he's gonna face. So we also, as a student group, we camp with the Danish students next to the ice cap. And they were calling this as ice cap instead of iceberg. I think iceberg is more like a ice on the ocean. And any ice on the land, we call ice cap. Then glacier is another term, which is bigger. So I think glacier can be divided into ice cap and iceberg, something like that. That's my definition. But anyway, they were calling this as ice cap because it's on the land. And you can see the Technical University of Denmark students. They do spend one semester there and studying and like research too. So I came as a research mission. And this is a picture I took, and you can see the like miles of the ice cap. And do you know how the thickest ice cap is, how deep it is? Anybody?
Maybe it's like three times as deep, something like that.
Meters.
Water.
What is
Oh,
it?
in meters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 250.
250 meter?
Yeah.
Bit longer, deeper than that.
Even deeper? Oh,
Yeah, it's a 2,000 meter deep.
Wow.
That's why it takes forever to melt all this ice. But if all this ice melt, we all be flooded.
Yeah.
Yeah, iceberg on the water is okay because the water level doesn't change, but any ice on the land will increase the ocean level. So this is a close-up view of the ice cap. And then there was melting like this in the summer. And this is an article. Anything written in Korean is like a Dr. Chun wrote. So he said he was kind of scared that I walked next to this like crushing down this ice, and I remember I went down there alone and nobody else was there, and I was wondering why nobody's here, and then they said not to go there in Danish language, which I didn't understand. So the announcement was in Danish, not to go there, but I have no idea. So people were suddenly calling me and it says, come back. And so I remember that I not almost, but hit by this kind of a shearing the ice. It looks small, but actually it's very big. And it's beautiful scenery. You can't see place like this, and other than the Greenland. It's very strange looking, but and also early in the evening or early morning and the sunset, and I took this picture.
This is what months?
I went there in the summertime. It could be August.
Okay.
Yeah, it was summer. It wasn't very hot, but then I was wearing these jackets because of if you are standing next to this ice, you are very cold. It's like shivering cold. And it's like felt like I'm opened a big huge refrigerator. I'm standing in front of it. So you have to wear a winter clothes next to it. So next one is we went there for the test section. It was August 2008. So these are the harbor, and then this is the road we wanted to repair. So I always find the excuse go to travel using a research so that I can get funded to go there, because this research was funded by Kumo Petrochemical. They gave about $20,000, something like that, to the Arctic Center. So which the Arctic Center paid me to go there. So it's hard to pronounce their names. Sometimes I'm not even trying to pronounce this, but that's the name of the street. I don't know how they must be really smart, because everything is so long there. So they just live with it. And this is a picture of the road, which is pretty badly damaged. So again, it's Umiar Swalivimut Road, Sisimiut, Greenland. And this is a asphalt batch plan, and we add polymer in the asphalt. And we had each section 6 tons and asphalt 6.1%, and aggregate flint and granite aggregates, and mixing temperature and so on. These are the records. Then we create a schematic diagram of the test section. Traffic goes there, and it's not very long section, 6 meter to 8 meter. And so 2 centimeter is to even the surface condition. And then 5 centimeter, we put the different material. So Kumo has 2 different amount, 12%, 8%. And then flint is a new aggregate without Kumo, and then control section. It's just regular asphalt. This is kind of a funny picture, but it looks like they are looking at me and what am I doing and supervising like that. But then this is not what I wrote. It's Dr. Chun wrote. He always does difficult things. So that's his opinion. Anyway, I had a student, Naivi Geisler, and he's a Greenland student, and Anderson Jorgensen is a PhD student, and we work on there together. So this is close-up view of me bonding the strain gauge. Strain gauge is not very expensive normally, but this one is special because you have to have a lot of protection, and because we put the asphalt on top of it. So at the time, I remember I paid $1,000 for one strain gauge. So how many strain gauge did I put? Anybody remember? So you're not paying attention.
4.
4, correct, Dr. Kong. 4, it's 4 test sections, and each section had $1,000. But at the time, I remember this was like cost of a laptop. Maybe still laptop cost 1,000, but at the time it was like 1,000. So I was pairing like 4 laptops under the asphalt pavement, and hopefully it works. With the hope that it works. Then you spray the asphalt, it's called tech coat. Then you do overlay, 5 centimeter SBS dry polymer asphalt overlay. Then the compaction. Then we drill holes for temperature sensor because we want to measure the temperature. So look at this one person working and like what, 6 person watching. So same everywhere. 1 person working and 5 or 6 person supervising. Same
Just
thing here, 1 person working, many people looking. So we had to
Just
cut the pavements to have a gauge wire because of it wasn't remotely transmittable. Then we have something called lightweight deflectometer. So you apply the load and you measure the deflection of the pavements so that you want to make it a uniform condition.
what is the nature of the polymer you used?
It's
this-
SBS, styrene, butadiene, styrene. So it's more like it's very common polymer, used many different things, and this will enhance the asphalt become more elastic and stiffer.
Yeah.
Yep. So high traffic, we use SBS polymer, but because of island is very far away and it's hard to produce SBS there. And also we wanted to test it in the very cold climate. That's why we went there. And this is my student that I supervise, Geisler, and she's also a PhD student on the program helping. So I always take a picture working hard, this is proof so that I work, and while all the other people pretending to be busy with the wires like untangling, but then I'm working. So this is my picture to show that who I work on this project. And this is the Associate Professor Pernille working at the time. So she's the I wrote some thinking, where did you see me 15 years later? So you saw her in the video, and I'm still an associate professor. At the time, she was an associate professor. But in Europe, like becoming professor is almost impossible because until the professor retire or dies or disappears, they always stay as associate professor. And this is a picture of the why Arctic Center director has to do this. So he's the director of the whole Arctic Center. But you can see the culture, like everyone wants to contribute. And I'm just a PhD student aspiring to become an assistant professor, and so Jorgensen. And he's a Mr. Pyan. He ate 2nd round of seal meat. So at the time, nobody had a 2nd round, and I couldn't finish the 1 bite. I don't. It's like seal is very wild fish, not fish, but wild animal. So if you try to eat, you can't eat it. Just I can't swallow that smells and everything. So it's not easy. But he ate 2 rounds of seal because he thought it's good for health. So he's very tough guy. So Cook loved it. And so he's looking at, I would like to eat more seals, looking at the ocean. This job is done. And then we apply the load, apply the measuring strain. Then you get the strain transmitted to the laptop like this. We can measure it right away. And then we got a plot like this, 4 different sections. But surprisingly, we got huge strain in polymer section, which we wanted to see less deflection. 8% polymer was good, but when we put too much polymer, and it was not good. So we had a result which we didn't anticipate, but that's a research. So you see the 12% polymer is higher, and regular and flint is even less strain, micro strain. So the front wheel and rear wheel, front wheel is heavy, like the other truck goes over. It's very accurately showing. And then we decide to measure after 1 year, and the gap is a little bit reduced, but still we get more. So we have the meaningful result out of it, so that we say on the front wheel, second year didn't change. And then the A polymer increased and regular increased, everything increased. So 12 polymer is good because it will last without increasing the strain for a long time. So that's a projection. So you have to have some positive spin out of the results. And real well, they also didn't increase, and other material after 1 year deteriorated, but this material didn't deteriorate, right? But then second year, third year, we have to go there, but it's too far, so we stopped going, and I don't know what happened now after 15 years. We published, and that's it. So local newspaper came, and they were very friendly, so we took a picture. It's a local Sesame newspaper for 6,000 people. And because somebody said Geisler is my daughter, so they call me an uncle, things like that. So that's what Dr. Chun wrote in his article. So this is a national newspaper, 60,000 people. So 10 times more people read this. And my picture was featured at the time, and nobody reads. But anyway, this is a good record that I was published, like shown in the newspaper, national newspaper in Greenland. This is a design we got. They're trying to build a road from the Sisimiut to Kangerlussuaq, because Kangerlussuaq is the airport center. Everybody fly to Kangerlussuaq, and then in Sisimiut, only 150-kilometer road, but they are working on designing the road from Sisimiut to Kangerlussuaq. So I don't think it's still done yet, but they are doing. And the size-wise, it's Korea's 30 times bigger, and has oil and the gas. Then the independent country, and they have an agreement with Denmark. So actually, they had an agreement at the time to become an independent country, but somehow still, I don't think it is. He said 2.5 kilometer deep of the ice cap, but I thought it's 2 kilo, but who knows? Nobody probably is. Someplace could be 2.5 kilometer. Then Kangerlussuaq, we had to stop there and overnight because all the airplane go there. So this is me riding a bike. At the time, I was very healthy individual. I never get tired of. So that's what Dr. Chun, I took a picture of him. He couldn't ride a bike because he's so tired. So he was basically carrying all this bike, 14 kilometer. We went to the harbor, 14 kilometer away. So he carried the bike all throughout. Then I came home, came to the hotel, and I took the Mr. Pyun, and then rode another 14 kilometer. And that's what Dr. Chun said, he has a great stamina. So I did like 20 kilometer, but he was like so tired at the time. So he wrote the Pyun, when Pyun ordered second, and Cook loved it very much. So he wrote that. And then frankly, Dr. Lee or Professor Lee didn't eat seal. So he documented it. Then we stopped over Iceland. You cannot fly, stop, but we made another trip to Iceland. I'm going to show a little bit on Iceland, very similar. Some people say name should be switched. Greenland should have been Iceland. Iceland should have been Greenland. But somehow it's to confuse people. So there's a theory that Greenland, they just attract people to come by calling it Greenland. And this is very famous island horse, very beautiful horse. I took this picture myself, and very beautiful fall and clean water, and it's beautiful country, Iceland. Many people go to Iceland for vacation and so on. And these are the pictures of Iceland. And this is an interesting photo. We were driving by, and we saw the hot spring along the side of the road. and then these three girls were like baiting. So look at who is this black hair woman. She
Mrs.
doesn't do that anymore. This last time I saw her like in the baiting suit, but Veronica and got in and
Wow.
I took a picture
Uh,
and they were enjoying the hot spring on the street. It was kind of interesting. But then I came home and his director and his wife and he was invited and so went to his house. I just want to show how people kind of live in Denmark. Not everybody has this big yard, but he had one, and the downtown area is very expensive and hard to find. But he was a little bit suburb, so he had a good one. Then the last comment is like Dr. Chun wrote, and Copenhagen stay was also very difficult. Professor Lee's apartment to Technical Denmark. He said, Professor Lee said 2 kilometers, but I felt like 8 kilometers. And he almost had to run to not to miss the plane. And he had like a sore at the, what is it, like a blister at the foot. And because of I'm shorter than him, and me and Professor Lee was like walking really fast, I had to run, and then the rain and this beautiful lake. I asked him to take a picture. I remember I used to take a picture here, so he posed it. And he's wet, and I had to do what Professor Lee tell me to do. I don't know why I have to do that. So that's what he wrote. So he was kind of a funny that. And these are the invoice. I sent him an invoice, of course, that $20,000. So he paid the invoice to $20,000 to the Technical University of Denmark. But year later, I got a phone call from Technical University of Denmark that said, we cannot deposit this money because we don't know how to do that. So I told him to send the money to University of Iowa. So I got $20,000 at the University of Iowa. I get a free trip to Greenland, and I made $20,000. So that is how to raise fund, right? So I'm a fundraiser, record fundraiser. So that's also a surprise that I got that. So it's interesting. Denmark, sometimes they don't have a system to put the money. So center just wire the money back to the University of Iowa. I didn't keep money myself. I gave it to the University of Iowa, of course. Then I use it from University of Iowa, okay, to make a record straight. They wouldn't give it to me. So my lesson, don't live life like a junior in college. When you are in junior in college, you dress up and come to the lab and work very seriously. So that's a junior in college. And this is Carter and Susie and so on.
That was a great time.
Yeah, thanks for your lending your picture. But live life like a senior in college. So this is my life as a senior in college. Do you want to be junior or senior? Right? I'd rather be a senior.
Senior looks more fun.
What'd you say, Carter?
Senior looks way more fun.
Right. And then senior is nice because you're graduating and you're going to get a job and a vision, everything like that. So I'm recommending all seniors listening to my lecture to live life like a senior in college. Not the old senior, but senior in college. So if you live like a senior in the college, you're going to get award, Senior of the Year award. Actually, all the seniors in 2024 voted for the award, Senior of the Year, and I got the highest vote. So they had to give me this certificate from ASE, American Society of Civil Engineers, official mark there, and with my picture showing. Do you know what I'm doing in this picture?
Eating pizza.
Right, I was eating pizza because ASE meaning they always give a free pizza. So I go there and eat pizza, and they took a picture and create a very nice award certificate. So I live my life like a senior in college. So that's some point in time it may stop. Maybe I have to graduate, but I try to delay my graduation. So I
that's
continue to
that's
be a
that's
senior.
why we call this series a senior forum.
Right. That's why we call this senior forum. Senior forum. So
So
I kind of match that. So I kind of bugged them to give me the certificate, and they actually voted. So I mean, it's true. It's not just fake. I was actually selected last year. Hopefully, I can be selected again this year. Anyway, so that's the end of my presentation, and this is my message to everybody. So I hope you enjoy my presentation, and we'll have some question and answer.
I'm kind of disappointed. Where is the seal dish you ate?